Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit sick today, so there might be a little bit going on. I can't decide if I look like a mess or not. I've been wearing my hair like this all day and I can't decide if it's like too frizzy. I put oil in it to try and calm it the heck down, but it's fine, it is what it is. I might be sick and I might be at home, but I really wanted to film a video because I don't know, I guess it makes me feel better in a way. Like, it makes me feel productive, but it also makes me feel like good because this is just something that I enjoy, so I guess I kind of get that like out of it, you know. Anyway, today is the end of the year. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy new year. We're going into 2026. How exciting is that? I personally can't wait for 2025 to be the fuck over. But yeah, that's how my year went. Today we are gonna do the second installment, my yearly kind of ritual, I guess, for myself that I do, which is updating my bucket list. Now, I did last year 2 videos of like updating my bucket list and then updating my goals for 2025, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing this year, although today's video does look a little bit different because, unfortunately, in terms of my bucket list, I don't have anything that I can tick off this year. And that made me really, really sad when I first realized that, because my goal is to tick at least one thing off my bucket list a year, right? And I can't do that this year. My big bucket list, for those of you who don't know, I will just go over it quickly. I separate it into categories because of course I do. I have things to do, places to go, things to buy, and life milestones or major milestones sort of things. So unfortunately, in all of those categories, I haven't really achieved anything this year, although realistically, I've actually achieved a lot this year. They just happen to not be on this list. And I have really big plans to achieve a lot of things next year, so I think that kind of evens out the sadness for me in a way. While I am a little bit disappointed in myself that I couldn't end up ticking anything off this year, I know I'm gonna tick off at least 2 next year, so that definitely makes up for it. I am going to, however, add some new things to the list, and that's why I wanted to make a video anyway, because I didn't just want to make a video to go, hey guys, welcome to the video, I didn't achieve anything this year, bye. As much as honestly that is kind of what this introduction feels like. I have a big list of things on my phone that I've been trying to pull up. Wow, that's really bright, you guys can't see shit. I have a bunch of things on my phone that I have written down that I want to add to my bucket list, so I thought we could do that together. Might be fun, might be lame. If you don't want to hang out, that's fine. I won't be sad about it or anything. Okay, so again, I'm gonna go through it like category by category, and for the first one, it is places to go. So I didn't add anywhere new on here this year because the only place we went is New Zealand, although we did go twice, so I'd say, you know, that's a fairly big accomplishment, traveling overseas twice in a year. It's very expensive, even if you're only going home. But I am going to add something new, and it is visit 99 countries. I decided that this year I wanted to see at least half of the world before my life is over. And I'm pretty sure, if my math is correct, half the world is about 99 countries. So I'm going to smack that on the bottom here, even though I know I'm going to specify which countries I want to go to probably like below as I kind of pick out my specific destinations. But for now, I'm literally just going to add on my visit 99 countries, because that is a heck of a goal. Let's be real. That's a big mountain to try and climb, and I don't know if I'm going to get there, but I'm going to try, because how fun does that sound? Like visiting as many places as you can in the world and seeing if much of it is possible? Sign me up, babe. I can actually add something to my things to buy category. Now, I think I talked about it last year, and I do kind of agree that this category's a bit meh, you know? Because I have things on here like get a dog, you know, like own my first dog, own my first house, things like that. Actually, no, my house isn't on this one. What is on this one? A dog, a luxury car. Oh yeah, so okay, it was like buy my first car solo, like by myself, and get my teeth fixed, things like that, things that were investments money-wise. So not necessarily time-wise or big goal-wise and like as like a big step in life, but it were things that were daunting to me because I would have to invest money into them, and that scares me. So I am going to add something to this list, and it is to do up a travel van or camper. So Mark and I have been talking about it for a little while, actually a really long time, and we've been toying with the idea of getting some sort of like pop-up camper van or just like a big sort of like moving van that we can turn into ours. Something that we can go away for the weekend, go away for the weekend in, or, you know, just take a bit of a trip, go for a bit of a road trip or something like that. I love the idea of having like a house van. We used to have a house bus when I was younger for a few years, and I love it. I think it's so much fun. But instead of buying one, I think it would be really, really cool for us to be able to do up one or build one from scratch ourselves. That sounds really, really cool to me. So I'm going to add that on my things to buy list because I think that's where it fits in best in terms of like it would be an investment in both time and money, you know? The next one is probably, well, I mean, it's definitely the biggest category because it's already going onto the back page of like things I want to do, and it's the things I want to do. That sentence didn't come out very well. You can tell my brain's not really like working. The cogs aren't turning as fast as they should be. It is because I'm sick, but just bear with me, team. My things to do category, and that has things like swim with sharks, go skydiving, ride a zip line, snorkel the Great Barrier Reef, all that kind of stuff. And we have ticked off a lot in this category. This is the category that's most important to me. It's basically like the experiences, the things that are going to be the things that make your memories, that you want to look back on, that you want to do again. But I'm like, should I do it again or should I work more on the list? Anyway, I do have quite a few things to add to the list here. I don't really know where to start. Oh, I missed one. Hold on. Meow. We've got to go back to the places to go because I've got visit 5 places in Australia. And I think that counts as places to go because Australia is a really big place. Way bigger than I realised it was when I moved here. So I'm going to put that in because it's kind of like a travel destination, right? Exploring a really big country that you live in and honestly don't really know that much about outside of Queensland. Actually outside of Rockhampton. I don't know jack shit about Queensland, so I'm going to add that there. Explore 5 places in Australia. I could kind of say we've already done one of them because we went to Great Keppel Island, but that's so close to home. I'm like, do I aim for things that are a little bit further away because there's so much to see in this country, so I don't think I will technically count that one. Anyway, back to the things to do category. We are adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, I think. Let me... the problem is I've got to make sure they're not already on the list somewhere. So the first one is see the Lights Festival. The Festivals of Lights. Now there is 2, I believe. Actually, let's be real, there's probably fucking heaps. But the one I'm specifically aiming for to go and see is the Lantern Festival in Thailand because I feel like it's the one that's most manageable for us to go and get to. Because it's close, it's easy to get to, it's relatively affordable. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please look it up because it's stunning. I'll try and put some pictures on the screen. It's like a full Rapunzel moment and I need to experience it before I die. It's also like the perfect proposal spot in my brain, and I know a million people do it and some people are going to be like, oh my god, that's so overused. I don't care. I think it's adorable. Anyway, Lantern Festivals, going on the list. The next one is to see the Northern Lights, and I know there's many places that you can do this, which is why I haven't like specified a country or anything like that, because I've actually looked at a couple of different destinations. I've seen what's the one that you see in New Zealand and Australia at the moment? It's like the southern, I don't want to call it the Southern Lights because it's not, but it's like the red tinge in the sky. That one's really pretty. I feel very, very lucky to have been able to see that pretty much right before I moved to Australia, and we can't see it from where we live in Australia. So it was supreme timing in the case of the universe on that one because I got to see it one time before I left the country, which is great. But definitely adding to my list to see the Northern Lights. That has been a goal for me for like almost my entire life, and it's so strange to me that it's not already on this list. I think it's one of those things that just like slipped my mind for the longest time, but then every time I think about it I'm like, oh my god, you know? I've actually just realised that I've missed something from the like things to buy section again. I am so good at this, but we're going to finish this section and then I will go back afterwards so that we're not jumping around every 2 seconds. I do apologise. Apparently I didn't write these down in order. The next one for this one is to see manta rays in person. Manta rays are one of my favourite things on the entire planet, along with whale sharks, which is the next one, which is to see a whale shark in person. And I don't know if that's going to be seeing them from a cliff while they're in the ocean, if it's seeing them in an aquarium, if it's swimming with them. I would sell a kidney to swim with a manta ray, and I know there's places that you can do it because I've been looking it up. So be ready for a vlog on that one in 10 years when I can afford it. But those two are going on my list because while I would love to swim with them, just seeing one in person would be enough for me. You know, I'll take it. I'll take any crumb. I feel like I could genuinely sit here for like a year and have a whole notebook just full of like individual animals named of like ones that I would love to see in person, but I'm gonna leave it there and just specifying those two for now, although the last one's very similar anyway. But I love them. I love them so much. And I know it's kind of like a trend at the moment that everybody's into like sharks and aquatic life and manta rays and things like that, but that's cool with me. You know, I have always loved them, and I love that more people are loving them because it brings more, I guess, like attention to the ocean and like the state of the ocean and the state of the world. So I'm all for it. If everybody wants to love sharks, you love sharks. Learn about them, talk about them, see them, protect them. That's the most important part of that one personally. Where was that rant going? Oh, individual animals, because like I could list 72 literally off the top of my head. I know that you can see manatees out at Great Keppel Island because I've seen a photo of one out there, and I could put that on this list, but then I think it would just start snowballing of like, see this, see this, see this, and I almost dropped my book. Don't want that to be my whole list. So I'm going to stop at seeing those two in person, and we're going to move on to my last one, which again, similar but not quite the same. I want to cage dive with sharks. Mum, don't watch this. And I'd like to point out that I think it was like 3 weeks ago as of filming this video, I actually got Mark to agree to both cage diving with sharks and tank diving with crocodiles, which up until literally 3 weeks ago, I've been with this man for 10 years. He has given me like a blanket fuck no to and told me that if I ever wanted to do those things, I would do them by myself. But he agreed. And this is me documenting it. It was in front of people. I have witnesses. He agreed. So I'm going to make these happen before he can change his mind again. Hopefully at least one of the two, either crocodiles or sharks, next year. Fingers crossed. That would be really amazing if I could do that. We were supposed to do one this year, but it didn't work out, and that's why I didn't tell you guys about it, because I had a hunch that it wouldn't work out, and that's okay. It's not okay. I was really sad about it, but it's fine. Okay, 2 things left to add. We're circling back to that things to buy page. Don't pay attention to my post-it note. It's just talking about how my priorities have changed since I made this list, because I don't like crossing things out because I didn't want them to look ugly, so I've just left them there. And you know, I might change my mind in the future and go back to those things, so it is what it is. The thing that I'm adding to my like things to buy section is to get my scuba license, because on this I had get my gun license because I've been shooting since I was a child, but I was always too lazy to actually get my gun license. Sorry family, still haven't done that, probably won't. That's just me being lazy as shit, to be honest. I can shoot safely with a licensed person within 2 feet of me, so that's what matters. Anyway, get my scuba license. I really want to do that. I don't know if I can do that, because obviously if you follow this channel and you know me, I do have a few health issues, so I maybe need to talk to my doctor about that one, but I'm kind of just really good at doing whatever the fuck I want anyway, so I'm gonna get my scuba license. That sounds really fun, so I'm adding that to the list. That's like my current hyperfixation, scuba diving. And my very last one, I'm actually going to add something to my milestone moments page as well, which is kind of huge for me because this page is about like the big things in life, I think. Like, I'll read out this whole list, okay? It's very short. It's the shortest one. It's the one I've probably achieved, I was gonna say the least of, but because there's not many things here, like, I'm killing it. There was get engaged, get married, have a baby, which we will not be doing. But again, there's a post-it note explaining my thoughts to myself on that one. Y'all don't need to hear them, but having a baby is not something that's fucking happening anytime soon, love. Buy my first home, own my first dog, because that's real big for me. I love dogs. I really want to own a dog one day when my lifestyle can support it, because I want like a big dog, a really energetic dog, and right now I work too much to give that dog like the proper life that it would deserve, I guess. So owning a dog is a huge milestone for me, my first dog, and it will happen someday, but not anytime soon. Move to another country, because I've always wanted to do that, obviously did that. And then I have down travel to my 5th country, which we will achieve next year. That is my number one that we're going to achieve next year, is traveling to my 5th country, which is Japan, and I'm so excited. I lost my train of thought because I got too excited. Anyway, my addition to this is actually going to be buy our 2nd home, because that is a goal that Mark and I have set ourselves for 2026, is to buy a new house, sell our house in New Zealand, and buy our new home and really get to settle here in Australia. We've kind of made that decision that that's what we want to do for now, and I'm really excited to do that. So I'm going to add to my list, buy my 2nd home. Holy moly. That's it. I think with this one, once we do the, like, once I can tick off the travel to my 5th country, I'm going to put underneath like travel to 10 sort of things. So that one will be one that kind of just like slowly steps up as I tick things off, which is really exciting. My bucket list very much is a slow burn, you know, if you're into those. I'm not a person that, like, my bucket list for me was never writing a list of things and then getting them all done in the shortest amount of time ever, you know. It's just, this is what I want to make sure that I experience in my life. And it's kind of like a way of being able to record when and how I've enjoyed myself and done the things that make me happy, because we're going to get deep here for a second if you're 14. I think so much of life is consumed by just work and responsibilities and stresses and struggles, especially at the moment when it comes to like money and housing and things like that. Everything at the moment is just getting harder, and it's so easy as you age for your life to just flash by in like an instant, and then one day you're 21 and having the best time of your life, and then all of a sudden you're 60 and a good majority of your life has gone by, you know. And while that's going to happen regardless, because we can't control that, we can't stop that, I want to make sure that I'm living my life and my time here on earth to the fullest. So this is my little book, and my little goals is to tick at least something off a year to, you know, just prove myself that even though I am aging and getting older, actually, I act like I don't want to talk about it, but I've said it to you guys before, I'm really excited to turn 30 and start my 30s, so we'll talk about that in another video. That's really exciting for me though. But even as I do age, I want to be able to look back and prove to myself that I'm still fun, I'm still exciting, I still know how to have a good time, and I'm still making forward momentum in my life and my goals. So that's what this is about for me. I will be back with this little book in another video very soon. I'm probably going to film it like directly after this one, so if I'm wearing the same shirt and stuff, sorry. I'm sick and I don't want to change, but I do really want to film these videos. So yeah, that's this one. That was the update of my bucket list. I'm very sorry I don't have anything more exciting to tell you that I achieved this year, apart from, I suppose, just really settling into life here in Australia. I ticked over my 1 year mark of living here, turned 29, started my own little quest of 20 things to do before I turn 30. So that's taken up a lot of my time. I just feel like this year has been a lot of learning and settling and struggling and starting over. So 2026 is not only going to be a cool year for smashing a couple of these goals that I have in this book. I have so many plans to get as many ticked off as possible next year, but I think it's going to be when Mark and I really start to bloom here in Australia. We're going to be able to really kind of get our teeth in and find a community and find a life here, and I'm really, really excited. Genuinely, like, I don't have words. I'm really, really bad at articulating myself, especially when I'm sick, because my brain just kind of shuts off. But if you can articulate the feeling of please do down in the comments. Do your best. I'll rate you out of 10 what your translation is of that noise. That's it. I'm gonna go and take a little bit of a break. I might film this next video, so if you see me looking the exact same next week, don't call me out for it, because it was on purpose, because I'm just really excited to film videos for you guys and get as much content out as possible, you know? That's it. Sometimes I say because I think I have something else to say, and I really don't have anything else to say. I need to be more intentional with the words I'm using so that I stop just going Anyway, if you liked this video, please leave me a like and a comment down below, either rating my horrific noises and or sickly appearance, or tell me something that you guys have achieved this year or plan to achieve next year, because I'm really interested in that, and to be honest, I might steal it and put it on my bucket list if it's cool enough, because I'm always looking for ideas. It doesn't matter how many I tick off, there's going to be more stuff going on the list. Let's be real. Other than that, I did it again, I just said I was going to stop saying Other than that, please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my content. There was a fly, I need to murder it. If you want to see more of my content, I upload every Sunday at 7 AM Brisbane time, and I also do shorts now. So that's exciting. I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope you're having a really good New Year period. Hope you've had some time off work to relax and have fun. And I will see you guys next week. I'm going to go and have my own kind of fun, I guess. Bye.